Good afternoon, people. It's your boy here up in Canada, Mr. Pritchard. Uh, and is it ever Canada up here today? Holy heck. I woke up this morning to minus 30. That's always fun. Not to mention the foot and a half of snow that we received over the weekend. So lots of shoveling, and actually my arms they're feeling it, so I'm feeling pretty good. Uh, Today I'm talking about uh, drug addiction. Uh, Also, just I guess a bit of a disclaimer. So if like the word drugs makes you squeamish, click or don't watch the video. If the word heroin, makes you antsy, don't watch the video. Um, but I just wanted to give a quick update on how I'm doing with my cut down on Suboxone or Suboxone withdrawal. I've 7 months ago, I was in a vehicle accident and they couldn't give me any painkillers because I had already started the Suboxone treatment. Um, so the only thing they could give me for the pain was more Suboxone, and they actually gave me 30 milligrams of Suboxone at that time. And I was on 30 milligrams a day for about 2 months, and it was becoming, very apparent that if I didn't start to wean off, my days were going to be spent pretty much sitting on the couch drooling, and I knew that that wasn't how I wanted to spend the rest of my life. So I made a conscious decision on my own to start cutting down. And of course, I've kept the doctor updated as I've gone, and we've lowered my prescription as we've gone. Um, because I don't want to have all these extra pills laying around the house after I'm done either. So I'm trying to use them all up as I go. Uh, I am now down to a solid 8 milligrams a day from 30. And I feel really good about that, but I still feel like I'm a slave to a pill. And the whole idea with quitting drugs was to not be a slave anymore. So the last thing I want to do is take a pill for the rest of my life, especially one that makes me feel the way this one makes me feel. If I take too much, I'm drowsy. If I don't take enough, I'm antsy. And there's just no happy in between. Well, there is. So when I'm in the process of cutting down, I'm in a state of constant withdrawal. And it takes about 3 days for that to go away, and then for me to start feeling comfortable taking that specific dose every day, or that lowered dose every day. And then I give it about a week or two at that dose. I get nice and comfortable there, and then I drop myself down again and put myself back into withdrawal again. And I keep doing that, and I do it at 2 milligrams per time. And like I said, I've made my way down to a solid 8. So I can get away with taking one 8 milligram pill during the day, and I'm fine. Uh, the last 2 days, so today would be day number 3. Uh, I'm only going to be taking 6 milligrams. So yesterday I took 6 milligrams. The day before I took 6 milligrams. Today I'll take 6 milligrams. So today, if I was to sit here and obsess, I'd go crazy about how I feel. But as long as I keep myself occupied, find something to do, it's really not that bad. Sorry that I don't look at the camera very much. My counselor um, has made comments about that, even in my counseling sessions. Uh, and she's the one that's going to be sending me to the treatment center down in Surrey, BC, which I'm super excited to go to. Hoping I meet some good people down there and just learn some, gain some new tools for coping with, living a life without drugs. I was an addict for 15 years, 36 years old, and a year ago, if somebody would have told me that I was gonna be drug free and be happy about it, I would have laughed at them. I can remember a time when the idea of not getting high or never getting high again scared the living daylights out of me. And I would just run and go get high because I was so nervous and worried. Um, and if it wasn't for my wife and children, I guarantee you, things would be really different right about now. So it is a lot to do with them and wanting to be a better person for them. I allowed myself to slip down a real slippery slope at really a time when my family did need me, and I kind of let them down that way. But I do plan on spending the rest of my life making up for it, right? It's not that I chose to become a drug addict, but I guess I could have seen the signs, and I suppose I could have tried harder to stop myself and stop it from escalating to what it escalated to. Uh, I just, as a teenager, smoked weed and stuff like that. Started taking acid when I was 14. Was big into ecstasy until I was about 18. Hardcore cokehead from 20 till relatively recently. Crack cocaine from about 25 to 35, and then heroin from about 30 to 36. So, I've been doing a lot of practice, I guess, and I'm hoping that all this life experience will one day put me in a position to help others, and maybe I'll be able to see the warning signs in people and be able to maybe help even prevent them from doing drugs to begin with. I don't know exactly how I can do something like that, but it is something that I'm definitely interested in doing. Uh, I can read people really well, and I used to sit there and I'd analyze the drugs as I did them. And it was like I had to have a full understanding of what it was that I was putting in my body, how it worked, how it reacted, and and what the effects were when you took different amounts. And I was like that with every drug that I took. And I noticed a lot of people, they weren't. They just sort of opened their mouth and pop that pill or whatever, and never do any real research on it and not figure out exactly what it was that that chemical was doing to their body. Whereas then I was always doing research and always trying to use like the scientific names for barbiturates and stuff like that. So I feel like staying educated while I was using really did help make the quitting process a little bit easier, in the sense that if I just look at it all really, really logically and I look at what it's doing to my life and my body, and then just making a decision, is this really what I want for myself? Is this how I want to spend the rest of my life? Can I imagine sitting here, smoking off this tinfoil or whatever? Can I imagine doing that for the rest of my life? And when I thought about it really hard, the answer was no. I could not just imagine sitting there doing that for the rest of my life. And so I really hope that this video gets out there, and I'm going to make a whole bunch more, lots. I'm going to keep talking about it. I want to keep talking about drug addiction. And man, I don't got enough time. I only got a minute and a half here, but it's not just drugs. It could be video games. It could be food. It could be, you name it. Addiction is addiction, and it comes in many, many, many different forms. So don't think that just because you're smoking a bit of pot on the weekend that you're not a drug addict, because there's a good chance that you might be. And pot could definitely lead to something else. I'm not going to hate on weed because I smoke it myself, and I actually use it to keep me clean from heroin. And I figure it's the lesser of two evils. But one day, my goal would be to live 100% drug-free. No weed, no alcohol, no anything, nothing extra in my body, not even coffee, no cigarettes, no nothing. I just think that'd be the craziest thing. And actually, I think I'm gonna make another video of just really exploring that a little further. But you guys have a good day.